Guys, welcome to the show.
Yo.
All good.
Yeah, buzzing, man.
Charlie, I need to issue a disclaimer.
What is that?
After you finish it, as long as I know chop last.
You have won.
I've won.
After the disclaimer, I'll issue an enclaimer.
Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. I can assure you the questions are quite easy.
This is what our politicians tell us. I can assure you, sir.
I can assure you the questions are easy because I wrote every single question down myself. Okay, from all of the memories of all of the football memories in my head. Okay.
So if your memory is crazy, and it keeps picking the crazy things.
If you ask Daniel, who told you, I do have great history. Like I do have great memory.
That's why I'm afraid, man.
Look, but you know what? I like it.
Yeah.
I like it because it's not as if this has been planned in the whole week.
Yeah.
No.
told me
Just came out with
morning.
it.
This morning, I was doing this
Yes.
thing when you called me.
Yes.
This man, this
I
guy.
wake up the way you call me.
I
Say,
said, I
guy,
want to do
Are
quiz.
you serve the time you wake up? He told me like 9 o'clock.
No. 9 babe. 10.
Like 10
It was
o'clock.
past
he called
10.
me say, I say, yo, what's up? He say some crazy. I said, Ja. But within the whole, but man, I'm looking for it. So it's bad.
Yeah.
And I like the fact
Yeah.
that everybody around is involved.
Yeah. It's very important.
Yeah.
You know, and I actually kind of I thought, it's also part of educating the public because quiz is knowledge, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it
we are all learning.
It is.
Yeah, for example, if I ask Daniel Koranteng which Ghanaian footballer was famously nicknamed TV3,
That be the kind of questions you bring.
oh, but that's easy. It's easy Ghana football knowledge.
But within the whole.
No, this question, somebody like that talk.
No, I remember.
No.
Yeah.
It be like.
So are you two?
He has said it to me before, but
You see,
My mind really
you
good
see,
there.
I'm always
it's
educating you, but
something
you
recent.
forget.
It's like between 2000 2005 there, bisa. At the line.
Yes.
But
You forgot
we will
it.
get there. The car.
What do they need?
You like Kingston. You know be like.
Oh, hey,
You know be
hey,
like.
behave.
You know be like.
TV3.
I know wait. Lie be what Tico. Somebody like that. Charlie, me, I
Daniel,
forget.
maybe like the quiz, you go jump last.
I was born in 2005.
Oh goodness me, Daniel is gonna be in all sorts of trouble. Anyway, but guys, let's begin with and get some of the most crucial issues out of the way. Issue number 1: David De Gea, Man United's treatment of him. He's out of contract. Reports were that he had agreed a contract extension at much reduced wages. But United are refusing to sign the contract. They've allowed him to run down his contract. He's basically a free agent. And Man United, in the same vein, are seriously chasing Onana. And reports are that they have actually, offered an improved, contract to AC Milan. An improved offer to AC Milan in trying to get Andre Onana to come over. Inter Milan. I mean, what's going on there with Man United and David De Gea? Is it the case that he is basically now second choice, or they want to get rid of him? Because the very serious pursuit of Onana tells me that De Gea is not in the plans. He's run down the contract. Why aren't they even releasing a statement and saying he's free to go? Because clearly, if Onana comes, there's no place for David De Gea. And you can't give him the sort of wages that he's on to be a backup goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's a dicey one. But to be fair to United, when they released their squad of players that were going to be retained, De Gea's name wasn't there because his contract was going to come to an end. He have a new contract, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think it's more of a financial issue for Manchester United. The takeover and the budget available for them to spend. Now, if United are sure or were sure about the amount of money they could spend between now and when the transfer window is done, I think De Gea is gone. I think nobody discusses De Gea. But United have got several problems in the team to fix. They need an extra midfielder. They probably need another centre back. They need a striker, which is for me the more important thing for them. They need somebody who can tap in the goals. So the thing is De Gea is the goalkeeping department the most important department to fix in the club? I think no. I think that they need to fix the striking problem first. So they are gauging it. But it's got to a point where, as you rightly mentioned at the tail end of your intro to the story, De Gea has had a reduced, offer from Man United, but there's still a lot of money for a goalkeeper who might be a backup. And now there's Andre Onana who is available. And if you remember what I've said about De Gea and Erik ten Hag before, for a very long time since ten Hag took the job, I said that if ten Hag is going to be successful and play the way he played at Ajax, then David De Gea is not his goalkeeper. One of the goalkeepers could be Onana. Actually, he's worked with him before, and we know how Onana plays, the way he builds up from the back and everything.
Yeah.
So Onana being available on the market makes sense for United to get him. But United getting him, then the decision about De Gea also can be firm. So United were monitoring the issue based on how much money we can spend. Is it wise to spend over 40 million, around 40 million on a goalkeeper when we can just manage with De Gea and go for a striker? But it's increasingly becoming like, listen, they need to get him. They need to get Onana. And then the De Gea issue. But ultimately, it's a whole mess for a club as big as United to deal with the issue of De Gea in the way they've done it, because he's free. Nobody really knows whether he's going to stay. And to be fair, he actually signed the contract. United have not
He
come
signed
back.
his part.
He signed his part. United have not come back. So for you to drag to that point, for a club like Manchester United, it is poor. When a player is in the last year of his contract, every serious club should know what they want. It's either you want to really keep the player and you're betting that he's going to go into the last year or last month of his contract and he's going to leave for free, or you don't want the player. And Man United have not really shown that they want the player or they don't want the player. Because we understand they are waiting for the year to return from his wedding, blah, 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 away from vacation, and then they have a negotiation with him. I think that ultimately the United have just not handled the case well. But I think Onana will be not an upgrade of a shot stopper, but will be an upgrade in terms of how Erik ten Hag wants to play or has played with Ajax in goalkeeping department, but than De Gea has been. So yeah, we'll see how that will go. But ultimately, United have not dealt with the De Gea situation well.
Daniel, if you are David De Gea, what's going through your mind right now?
Confusion.
But the club's actions should tell him something.
No, you see, where is De Gea right now?
It's on vacation, apparently.
Yeah, with the love of his life.
Yeah.
You understand? When you are making decisions like this, you include the love of your life.
Exactly.
Because it's a family decision.
True.
Whether he will stay in Manchester or he will leave Manchester,
Yeah.
his family will have to know.
Baby, should I stay or should I leave?
I don't want to be here no more.
Baby.
She don't want to be here no more.
But we've been in Manchester for like...
No, but they ain't serious, man. They ain't serious.
Let's go, baby.
Simple.
For 10 years.
Look.
What? United have started preseason or something. Yeah, started training.
Yeah, they
Yes.
started training.
And
And see-
doesn't have contract with the club, so it's not there, right?
You see, I put out a tweet last night. It's not that I want Man United to keep David De Gea. From a footballing point of view, what Sitcho has said is perfect. Man United, the way Ten Hag wants to play, De Gea can't do it for him. So he needs to move on. Look, it's not a coincidence that season after season after season, Man United is the only team that can chase a target for 8 months and still fail to sign the player. It is not a coincidence that teams like Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, you hear the interest, in a week or two, they've wrapped up the deal. Because they are serious. When it comes to a position as key as goalkeeping,
Yeah.
and how it impacted Man U's style of football last season, and you know that the number one goalkeeper's contract is ending on the 30th of June, you start preparing. You know exactly what you want. Are we keeping him? If not, then the person we want, will he be available?
Didn't
Can we
they make that?
afford
Didn't
him?
they make that decision? Maybe they're having different thoughts now, but
Oh, you see?
but the decision was made, and they decided they were going to offer him a contract, a
Yes,
new contract,
and then you
which
do
they
that.
did,
Yes.
and he signed his part.
This just shows the clear lack of structure at Man United.
Yeah.
This is it's just clear evidence that it's a lack of structure. I'm not angry that Man United don't know whether they want to keep it. It's how they are treating him. Look, this kind of thing you can do it to McTominay, I don't care. No, seriously. But you can't do that to David De Gea. Somebody who has spent over 10 years at the club. He's been the best player in Manchester United during his period at the club. By far, nobody comes close. Nobody comes close to what De Gea has done for Man U during that period. So, if he's going to move on, and you see, don't act like De Gea is past it and no team will want him. It's not every team in the world that plays with a ball-playing keeper.
Yeah,
De Gea still has a lot of value to offer top-level football.
True.
So let him know, are you keeping me or are you letting me go? Look at Xhaka. Arsenal by March, April, they knew that the guy wasn't staying.
Yeah.
They've prepared everything nicely for him to
Nicely.
go. Nice, bye-bye this one. Then the guy has gone. But look what you are doing. The guy is on vacation now. You are waiting for him to come back, to come and renegotiate. And he doesn't even know exactly what is he coming to now negotiate to become a backup keeper? Or
That's the point.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
And you see, even if Man United end up keeping David De Gea as a backup keeper, it again shows that they are not serious.
Oh, it does.
Because whenever your backup keeper comes into the goalpost, your style is going to change.
Exactly.
They're not serious.
Yeah.
They are just not serious.
So there's no unity of purpose
Yeah, no,
there.
it doesn't. The Gea thing is shocking, really, because as Danny said, for a player as important in the position in which he plays, you should have planned for this. You should know this, right? And again, we saw Roberto Firmino. He's been great for Liverpool, but they knew before they kicked the last game at Anfield that he was done. He was leaving. Farewell was good. The Gea could have had the same if you knew you wanted to move him on. Now you're gonna let a player who spent 10 years over.
How many seasons has he won player of the season?
He's going to leave the club and probably not even get that farewell that he deserves at Old Trafford. Nothing is really planned. I mean, Ike Gundogan.
It's almost like Man United are going back on their word because they already agreed a contract with him.
Yeah.
He signed his part, and United have
so it
refused
shows
to
you
sign their
they
part
don't
of the
know what they
contract.
want.
You see,
Man
so the
United
contract-
doesn't know
but
what
for
they
me,
want.
Danny, there's another thing. What does it communicate to even the younger members at the club?
Thank you. That's even more serious.
The culture.
They even forced him to reduce wages. Oh.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. What does it communicate? What culture? What does it add to the culture? The deteriorating
This is not the
culture.
first time we are seeing something like this.
Yeah, and it's a problem. You see, you are looking at Harry Maguire's situation, and what is he thinking? What does he communicate to some of the other younger players coming up? That this club, even if you bust your guts for them, over in London, look at what Chelsea are doing with Aspilicueta.
Thank you.
Emotional things. You know, everybody
I'll
is
cry
crying.
sometimes.
Everybody is crying.
I'm not crying.
No, I mean, get out. You know, they do a nice video and he's leaving, and you know, it's not great. So beyond the footballing reasons, I think over time, clubs like Real Madrid, who like to say that nobody's bigger than, even they have realized that some of these things they hear.
Yeah.
Need, and you can be sure that when players like Cruz, Modric are moving on, they are going to do the right thing for them, because you see, you want to have an established way of sending off.
Yeah.
It's not as if he had an impromptu
because
bid.
Ronaldo didn't leave on a good note.
Yeah.
You know, he accused the
it's
club.
not as if he had
In
an
fact, even
impromptu
the
bid,
manager
you
Ten
know.
Hag of being disrespectful.
Yeah.
He's
know,
very
yeah.
disrespectful.
And now it's the same situation with the hair.
Quite disrespectful as well. We don't know if it's the
Yeah.
manager's call
Oh.
or it is the club as a whole, And then this is something which is serious. If you're going to keep De Gea, then you're bringing Onana in. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
Because the two of them are very different. So
And it looks like they certainly
how do you
want
want to play? Yeah,
Onana.
because when you watch Ortega and you watch, Edison,
Same
it's
thing.
the same thing.
Yeah.
In fact, the aspects of the game in terms of playing that Ortega does a lot better, I think, than Edison. But overall, Edison is better.
Let's go to Liverpool. You talked about how they nicely send off players. They're bringing in new players as well.
They are bringing in Sabolai, Dominic Sabolai.
Szoboszlai.
Look,
Eh?
Dominic
Sab-
Sabolai, who says that
Szoboszlai.
he says he came to Liverpool because what was it?
Yeah, he wants
He
to.
wants to
He wants to
win.
play
He wants to win Europa League.
League.
No, he said when Liverpool entered the picture,
Yeah.
he didn't think about Champions League
League.
football.
but
He
the
only
Europa
thought
League.
about winning the Europa League.
Mentality monster.
Will Liverpool. See, you behave
Hey,
yourself.
on the more serious
Uh,
note, these footballers, they feel say with the wash on our face upwards or what?
Last season, I think everybody was quite united in saying that Liverpool's midfield was very light and that they failed to strengthen. So far this season, they've signed 2 midfielders, McAllister, and now they've brought in what's his name? Szoboszlai.
Yeah. Dominic
Uh,
Szoboszlai.
Yes. What does he bring to this Liverpool team, or those 2 midfielders? What do they do to this Liverpool team? Do they get Klopp back to playing his default style of football more efficiently, or what does it do?
Yeah.
Even better if they settle.
Yeah.
I think, as you said, last season, everybody complained about Liverpool's midfield. The fact that, and maybe the ton of games that they played the season before. We forget that they played every single fixture on their calendar. They win every cup final. In the final day of the Premier League, it was almost like a final because they stood a chance of winning. The season that followed, everybody thought that is a very good team. They can kick it on. But what we realized was that they couldn't. Some of them, they just lost their legs. Some of them lost their form. Fabinho wasn't great. Henderson wasn't as fit. Thiago Alcantara never stayed fit. Trent Stafford, Van Dijk wasn't the same. So there were problems and cracks all over the place. And I think that cycle, that midfield needs to be rebuilt. And Klopp and then FSG realized that. But the key thing is, since Wijnaldum, Henderson, Fabinho, Klopp has always moved towards building a midfield that can add a bit more of creativity and perhaps goals. And that is why we've seen in the last 2 seasons or so, a player like Javier Elliott has had a lot of games to play. Curtis Jones, when he was fit, got a lot of games to play because as good as they are off the ball with their run-ins, on the ball, they create a lot more than the midfield three of Henderson, Fabinho, and Wijnaldum.
Yeah.
And they can give you some goals as well. So when you look at McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai, they've got the steel, they've got great attitude, they've got great tenacity. They can play the heavy metal, high pressing, high intensity football. But what they bring to the middle of the park is something the Liverpool midfield have known for some time, have not necessarily had. Szoboszlai can give you goals. McAllister is creative from that space. He can also score. Yeah. So Klopp has always tried to move away from that mechanical midfield. And the more reason why he brought in Thiago Alcantara, but we know that his injury records hasn't been kind to him. But he had a bit of spark. If he's not going to play the final ball to unlock defense, he'll play the ball before the final ball, which was important. But when he had Wijnaldum, at times Milner, Fabinho, and Henderson, it was all about how hard they could work. But when they had to take the team forward, the responsibility for creating and scoring was always on Firmino, Salah, and Mane. But now they've got a midfield who can work, who have got some goals about them, have got the eye to pick the final pass as well. So I think if they are fit and they can, Klopp can get them to play the way he wants them to play, I think they are more dynamic, they are more dangerous, and they can be a great team that competes better next season.
And I think that also because Szoboszlai plays across 3 or 4 positions.
Yeah, it's versatile.
It's versatile.
Yeah.
That's also
as well
very
as
key.
McAllister.
Yes. So I think that's also going to be very key.
Yeah.
Sitcho spoke about the pre-assist thing, and I think that's going to be very important.
Right.
So it means then that right down from the goalkeeper, they can be given assists from the time they pass the ball.
Right.
We know they've got some very good defenders who can
pass the ball,
over long distances as well.
Yeah.
They come into defensive midfield, they can get that as well. They come into the attacking mid, and then they come to the attackers as well. The contribution for me of Mo Salah is going to be very interesting.
Right.
His attitude this off-season has excited me.
Yeah.
Because he's posting training videos and
No.
pictures?
It's the whole.
Because that kind of training is not required in the Europa League.
But why your life do like that? Why?
Challenge.
Challenge. Why? You don't Liverpool get some problem.
But you see,
you see Henderson you own too.
yeah.
Challenge.
That is what you are saying may be a jab, maybe a joke, maybe a bit of trolling, but that is precisely why the hunger. I'm impressed about the hunger.
Okay.
Salah is going on the so-called bad side of 30, right? Mm-hmm. But he doesn't look like he wants to slow down. And remember, Salah has said before, at the time he was at AS Roma, in fact, Fiorentina before then, that he wants to have the longevity of Messi and Ronaldo. And in the last 4 seasons, he has lived up to that.
Mm-hmm. 5.
Last 5 seasons. Yeah. His numbers seem to be telling us that this guy can give us another 5 seasons. He's 31 now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He can give us another 5 seasons. 30.
Going 31.
You say what? You do what?
Be 30.
You grow.
It's only in a sport like football that you go chop 30 and you say you grow.
Yeah,
But the sort of hunger he has. And remember, Europa League, Charlie, you are going to places that you have to look for a map.
You won't play. You play later in the competition.
Well, but you see, I don't think that if I am Liverpool and I'm Klopp, I am going to say to Salah that don't play in the Europa League matches. Salah, the kind of hunger he has, he's going to force the issue a few times, and he's going to play. So the addition of these guys, while they settle, somebody needs to be doing the work for them. And so they are not going to settle overnight. Of course, Liverpool fans are going to hope that they settle overnight, but with the exception of probably McAllister, who, his football IQ is what it is.
So World Cup winner.
That's all you need.
Quite frankly though, I think
maybe Liverpool are not done.
But is it?
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, Liverpool
and they are not done.
I hear they want to bring in Fede Valverde, which probably would mean they have to sell part of Anfield. Because Liverpool fans have always said that
90 million.
If they don't sell, they don't buy. Which I've always said it doesn't. Every club goes to
90 million.
FSG has invested a lot.
I think
but Liverpool say the net spend. Net spend FC.
But until Coutinho retires, the Coutinho money still works.
So what they're saying?
That's just on the side. That's just on the side. That's just on the side.
But can they afford him though?
Why can't they? It's Liverpool.
90 million.
Oh,
They say FSG is not spending. No.
it's not about can they afford. Real Madrid don't sell. That's for that one. Let's not go there. But this
And
thing,
you see, if now the reason why I'm thinking Real Madrid might not even push for the 90 is if it becomes clear that Mbappe leaves this summer as it's pushing to be, and Florentino Perez realizes that he's got to make room for Mbappe.
it's not Valverde who.
He won't care who goes. But the point is, his most sellable midfielder now is going to be Fede Valverde. He has hopes that he's brought in Ada, he's got Tchouameni, he's got Camavinga, he's got Cruz and Modric for one more season.
I think Tchouameni would be the first to be on the list to go.
No, Danny doesn't seem to think.
The reason why
Liverpool wanted him in the past, so
as
they
compared
would
to
be.
Fede,
the reason why I'm thinking the way I'm thinking is look.
Okay, go on.
In as much as Real Madrid splash cash, they are one of the if not the team that splashes cash when it's very necessary.
Yeah.
Real Madrid plans better than any team on this planet when it comes to planning. If Pep is not in your team,
Maybe apart from Bayern Munich.
oh Baba, you see Bayern Munich don't always get it right.
Okay.
Real Madrid have started
He's
this
talking about
Cruz,
Okay.
this
squad
Cruz
revolt.
Casemiro,
Yeah,
this Cruz Casemiro Modric rebuild for like the past 3-4 years.
Yeah.
But we just
And
don't
they've
see
done
it. Look, as it stands with the Mbappe thing, Real Madrid have bargaining power. Real Madrid are under no pressure to go and dish out money for Mbappe to come.
At least not the 200 million.
PSG are the ones who are hoping to cash out this season.
Yeah.
If Mbappe doesn't leave this season, Real Madrid knows that if he leaves, there's no other place he's going to. He's coming home. So they're under no pressure to dish out some heavy cash and get him. Valverde he's so key to what Madrid is doing. And they are not going to let him go now. That one, trust me. Bellingham, Kidi, Valverde, Kidi, Camavinga, Tchouameni.
Senior Kidi, because
Senior
he took
Kidi.
24, yeah.
And you see, Valverde is like he's a coach's dream.
Yeah.
He can do almost every single job in the midfield and do it at an elite level.
But do you think Real Madrid will want to leave Mbappe to be free before? Because when it gets there, it becomes who can afford more wages.
It's not-
Because it's going to be free. He's going to be talking to everybody. He could be talking to Man City.
Charlie,
He could be talking to
Charlie.
Liverpool.
See,
He could
see,
be talking to-
Mbappe-
If the Qataris take over Man United, he could be
Mbappe-
talking to Man
Mbappe-
United.
See,
I've heard.
Mbappe-
Hey, hold on, I've heard Arsenal too.
That one is FIFA mode. If you are playing with FIFA mode,
I saw it this morning and I was telling Mish that Mbappe is impressed with Arsenal. I told Mish that they should come and take my leg. What are you saying? Kylian Mbappe is interested in my club.
you are playing FIFA mode. Bro, you can sign anybody.
Bro, I am selling my
but-
kidney for him.
What would be a logical conclusion to this Mbappe saga? Because
got to Real
Al
Madrid.
Khalifi has said categorically
Yeah,
that
it's got
there's
to be this summer.
no way he leaves for free.
Yeah.
So, and if Mbappe is not signing that contract extension, then he's going this summer for sure.
to where?
That's the good question.
Look, Al Khalifi can talk and talk and talk. You can't force anybody to go and buy him now.
Yeah.
Nobody can afford him now. You get it? Unless Sheikh bin Al-Thani comes to Man United and even that one, Mbappe won't go. No. Mbappe is not going. You see, the reason why Mbappe is pushing this PSG exit, he's chasing history. It's not about just
Mbappe
moving.
He wants Ballon
done.
d'Or. That's
Haaland
true.
has taken the lead.
Yeah.
And he can't be slacking behind. And in order to get to the level where you can constantly compete with Haaland at European level, you can't just go to any team. It's Real Madrid. Real Madrid is a guarantee that you'll be in a Champions League
What
semi-final.
about if Man United convince him that okay, there's Salah Man United, Man City?
Hey.
If you go to Man United,
Hagi can't handle.
the people.
Can't handle the guy.
It can't handle Anthony.
Let's not do that.
All right.
But I think Al Khalifi is made a terrible mistake.
But how do you even, before you even begin, how do you even agree a verbal contract with somebody like Kylian Mbappe?
Yeah, absolutely,
Are
it's
you
shocking. Really.
serious?
And when he's come out to say, and listen, the Mbappe and his group, the Mbappe clan, as you like to call them, they are very intelligent and they've played this thing. When Mbappe has said this, look, guys, PSG fans, I love Paris, I love the club. Yeah. As I promised you, I want to be here and see out my contract. I want to play next season here with you.
Yeah.
He's told the fans that I'm not going anywhere. But what that also means is that if he plays next season, he doesn't extend his deal.
Yep.
He's going to be free. He's also told the club that he will extend his contract.
Yes.
And for the club, it makes sense that they sell him now because
That's the only
if
way
they
to
lose
make
him
money.
if they lose him for free,
Yeah.
as Al Khalifi has said, they might have to even sell some of the current PSG players they've got to balance those books. Now that's a terrible thing to admit. But what that means is that
Weakens your position.
if I am Real Madrid, if I'm Barca, I'm United, I'm City. If
You're
you
in
tell
a
me
better
200
position
million,
now. Yeah.
I'm in better position when I'm negotiating now because
Yeah.
I know you
Yeah.
are in desperate need of money
Yeah.
to prevent Mbappe
Any
from
money
leaving for
at
free.
all.
Any money at all, that makes sense. So
Anything but free.
so I might not have to pay the 200 million you are quoting. right? So it's a terrible thing, and that's one thing Barcelona did. Barcelona never admitted that they are bankrupt or they are broke.
Yeah.
They were still yobbing. We'll sign Messi.
Aye.
We'll sign Messi.
They
Aye.
don't
We'll
have
sign-
TV station.
They don't even have TV station,
They've closed
but they were yobbing. You see, the moment, and that is how come they were able to still get Lewandowski and some players.
We will get Joy
You-
Luis and Joy Prime. Barca, they don't get
They don't get
Barca
You know,
TV, close.
That's how we're yobbing. We'll bring Messi, we'll do this. But for PSG to confirm or admit that letting Mbappe leave for free will almost break the club, it throws the power into the court of all the other teams that are. So everybody's relaxed. Nobody's pushing to buy Mbappe. Not many teams do even have the funds to actually fund. It's not only the 200 million to sign him. It is the package he comes with on wages,
Yeah.
image rights, and what have you. So it's a complex situation. It might drag to the end of the window.
Very interesting indeed. All right, what we're going to do now on game plan, of course, is take a very short break. It's 55 minutes past the hour, 1 p.m. We have a quiz coming up. Gary versus Daniel versus Zicho. But we'll take a really short break. Do send us a message. I'm interested in who you're backing. Somebody's already teasing Daniel and saying that don't disgrace me. He says his name is Ebenezer from East Legon. Daniel, they your back. Don't disgrace me. Anyway, so do stay with us. And those of you listening on Twitter Space, you have a very special role to play in this quiz. I will explain the rules of engagement of the quiz very, very shortly. Do stay with us. 99.7 FM, and the show is Game Plan. It's 1 minute past 2 p.m. We're on till 2:50 p.m. and now it's time to do some quiz. All right, so the quiz will be contested between my guests in the studio today. There will be, of course, Sitsofe versus Daniel Koranteng versus Gary Al Smith in the spirit of the National Science and Maths quiz. This is a sports quiz, guys. You ready? Yeah. Are you ready? You don't seem like you're ready. So this is what we're gonna do.
Introduce me well.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm introducing the contestants. The man with the thickest afro, Jamila's
Hey,
boyfriend.
are you ready?
Hey, oh.
Miss, are you ready? Let's go.
Jamila's boyfriend, Mr. Bergman.
DJ, let's go.
All right, Daniel, what's this? What is
Can't
it?
see me. My time is now.
Okay. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you, my brother.
I can see you. I can see you.
Hey, you a
I
liar.
can see you.
You a liar.
Philly.
Please don't tell me say make a big song.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Gary Al Smith is also here.
Next time.
Sitsofe is here.
I did for you.
All correct. All right. This is what we're gonna do. Okay. We will have 3 rounds of questions.
Right.
Okay. I've divided the questions into 3 different aspects. Okay. So there's Ghana sports. So I would have some football questions, some athletics, some boxing in there.
Hey.
Okay.
Charlie.
Relax.
Bugger.
It's not that difficult. Then we will have European football. Okay, we'll have European football. So Champions League, some World Cup.
Europa.
No Europa League, please.
Oh.
We are not. We are a serious station. And that World Cup stuff and that kind of thing. And then the last part is global sports. So basically, some basketball here, some rowing here, some canoeing here.
Charlie, when you catch the road, when you catch the road, you know, start go out.
Okay. Each round we'll go around. We'll have 10 questions. The questions are really easy. Okay. So I would ask everybody one question. Then we'll go 10 rounds. Okay. So everybody answers 10 questions in each round. Now every question you answer is 3 points. Okay. Now there is a bonus question. There's bonus in the round. So if you're unable to answer, the guy to your left or to your right, depending on which direction we're going, not necessarily anybody. In fact, let me change the rules. Any of the other 2, after the expiration of the person's time to answer their major question, the fastest to answer the bonus question, you get it. You get 1 point. So that's it. So if I ask Daniel a question and in 10 seconds he's unable to answer his question, either of you can shout to the question first, okay? Or the one who raises his hands first. But no hand raised before the time expires. I beg. Only after the time expires, okay? And if you answer it correctly, 1 point. There are some questions that will not have bonus, like true or false questions or multiple choice questions. Now, because I know that you guys are not that sharp, I have decided to introduce 3 helplines, okay? And the 3 helplines, if you can decide to use all your helplines in one round, I don't care. But if you finish all of them, that's on you. Now, these are the helplines.
Okay.
Helpline number 1, call a friend.
Call a friend.
All
Rafinho.
three of you have given our phone numbers to people that you feel
Rafinho.
that you can call on to help you. Now, listen, there are rules to that. If we call your friend, the person can answer that question for you and an additional question if you want. So after they've answered that first one, or if they get it wrong, you can let them stay on for the next question, and I can ask them another question, and they can help you with that as well. But after that, they're done. Okay. Now that is helpline number 1. Helpline number 2 is ask an audience member, and that's why today the audience members, you don't know them. They are in the Twitter space. So the people who are listening in the Twitter space are the audience members.
I saw Nana Owusu.
So
my roommates my roommates from SHS.
So
yes.
let me explain that part.
The guy left the space top.
So when
I want to be a man for the Ghana football.
hold on. So then you can also call an audience member. The audience members being the ones in the space. You can just you can point. You won't let me explain the room. Let me finish it.
No, but Shatawale has joined the space. Watch.
Shatawale is in the space. So he's an audience member.
That's why.
So if we ask a question, you people have shouted. Shatta has
Shatta is gone. Oh, Charlie.
He'll come back. He listens to the show a lot. So you can just look into the space and call someone, and they will add him as a speaker, and he can answer the question for you and another question if you want.
Second one.
That's helpline number 2. Helpline number 3 is call a bailer or bail me out. Now the bail me out is this: if you want a bail me out, that you're putting your faith into a complete stranger. So you will ask anyone listening. We'll give out our phone numbers. Anybody listening can call in and say, "Okay, I want to bail Sitcho out."
No, deciding listeners are listening.
So with that, you can't control who it is that is coming to bail you out. Anybody would just call and say, "You know what?"
Some mafia go
and if they come, the same thing. They can answer that question for you and an additional question. Okay. Each member has 10 questions in each round. Okay, and we'll try and go as fast as possible. The questions are as easy as you get. You have 10 seconds to answer each question. And if you guys are ready, I'm ready. Are you guys ready? Let me take my laptop.
You told us the thing only a few hours ago, but how for do?
Yes, you know. I just want to warm up into the quiz. So, Daniel, state your full name. State your full name.
I forget to.
State your full name.
What did you call me?
I said Daniel.
Daniel.
State your full name.
My name is Daniel Granzi.
That's right. And I'm present here.
I'm present.
Your soul is here.
Oh God.
Gary.
Please, I have a coin. We have to do toss
to
determine who starts.
No problem.
Gary Smith.
Yes.
Present sir.
Yes. Sitsofe.
Yeah,
are you here?
I'm here.
You are here.
Philip Sitsofe Atsrim.
That's your full name.
But the problem with the toss is there has 2 sides, and we are 3. So how do we do the toss?
I will determine who
gets
the way you did, like as we know in sports.
Listen.
The first person on any graphic is home. It's first. Normal.
Listen. Where I went to, I don't know about you people. Where I went to primary school, there was a way of choosing.
Okay. What
okay. No. Listen to it. This is from Tumu. Please, I beg you. Okay. So I start from my left, Daniel, and this is how it goes, and that's how I determine Who starts? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let it go away. Go, Gary, you won.
All right.
And so Gary will start. All right.
Then Danny goes, then Sicho goes. Like,
Yes.
ask you.
Okay.
So, you know, and this is the thing. So, if you have another friend, if you have a friend somewhere that you want to encourage to join the space, let them join because
Gary Sitcho and Danny.
you
Why?
know. Yes, let them join the space because it is extremely critical. Okay, that everybody is listening.
Right.
All right, all the important people are listening. Oh, is this covering my face? Okay,
Let's go.
We go.
I'll keep it here. All right, Gary.
You didn't make the
You
tilt
start.
slide on my head. You did the tilt
Yes,
left my
and
head.
I will go clockwise.
Clockwise.
All right. Gary Al Smith, we start with you. You're praying Malam prayer. Shatta is back. Oh, call him. Don't worry. Okay. Gary,
Yeah.
10 seconds on each question. You get the first question. In the year 2003, a Ghanaian club went the season unbeaten and still did not win the league. Which club was that?
Asante Kotoko.
Incorrect. Bonus? Oh, wait. He has a few seconds left.
Hartlepool.
Correct. Correct for 3 points. You also have 2 attempts per question, please. I didn't state that part. Only 2 attempts per question.
Oh, Charlie.
Okay, depending on the nature of the question. Obviously, true and false is not part. So, Gary, correct for 3 points. It was Hartlepool. In the year 2003, they went the entire season unbeaten and still didn't win the league. Of course, Kotoko won the league that season.
Yeah.
Sichu, your question. 7 clubs have won the Ghana Premier League only once in their history. Mention any 2 of them.
Mediana Stars. Mediama. SC.
Correct for 3 points. Daniel Kratzy. Daniel Kratzy. Here's your question. And it's so befitting. Radin Yankopo. Jordan, are you?
No, we don't agree.
It's the third question. It's the third question.
Daddy Kranti
So,
knows.
if he doesn't get it correct, it makes his case worse.
Yeah. Daddy Kranti knows Jordan. Are you more than Jordan?
Jordan
knows
himself.
Jordan.
Okay, Daniel, your question. Jordan Ayew has the same number of goals for the Black Stars as his father Abedi Pele. True or false?
False.
The correct answer is true.
Can I
He
get
has
bonus?
the Ghana bonus on true or false. Jordan has 19 goals for the national team, same as his father Abedi Pele.
I tell you. I couldn't imagine that Jordan got the same number of goals as
It was even history. We did that story.
I'm going to believe that Abedi had
19.
Now, yeah, they're talking. I know Jordan in number, but I didn't even imagine that his father would have.
That is why it's quiz. It's a nice
Let's go,
trivia.
let's go.
It's a nice trivia.
Let's go.
All right, Gary, I'm back to you.
Come back, FC.
How many goals? Okay. Yes. Sorry, not goals. How many times has Abedi Pele played for the Black Stars?
33.
Incorrect. One more attempt.
You mean the number of caps?
Yes.
55.
Incorrect. Quick bonus. Daniel.
81.
Incorrect. The correct answer is. It doesn't have 5 seconds. The correct answer is 73.
Oh, I was close.
73. Abedi Pele has played 73. All right. Abedi Pele has played 73 times for the Black Stars. Sichu, your question. And this is athletics.
Charlie.
Are you ready?
I'm not ready, but let's go.
Which athlete holds the women's 100-meter record in Ghana's history?
Charlie.
Charlie, why you doing that?
No.
Your time is up. Bonus.
By the name.
Correct for 1 point.
Let's go.
Daniel has 1 bonus point.
Let's go.
Okay.
You know when you do that by the name story.
No, it was me. The interview.
No. There was a story he did while he was at Adabraka about Vaide. Some.
No, it was me.
It was you.
It was me.
Okay.
It was an exclusive interview.
Yeah. That be you.
Let's go. Momentum. Let's go.
Daniel,
Momentum FC.
with 1 point.
Yeah.
Here's your second major question.
Fire away.
Before, which athlete holds the men's 100-meter record in Ghana?
Aziz Zakari.
Incorrect.
No, Asamati.
Correct for 3 points. Correct for 3 points.
Charlie, I come small.
Benjamin Asamati.
He got past you.
9.90 seconds.
Yeah. Charlie.
He broke it in 2021.
Charlie, come back FCO.
Yeah,
Gary,
Yeah.
here's your athletics question. Before Benjamin Asamati, only 2 Ghanaian athletes had ever run sub 10 seconds in the 100 meters. Name them.
Leomal Mills, Aziz Zakari.
Correct for 3 points. Correct for 3 points. I will give you a bonus 1 point if you can tell their times.
Oh no, go away.
I can tell their time.
Okay.
I can tell their time.
For a bonus point.
Both of them around 9.99.
No, Aziz 9.99, Leo 9.98.
It's the same thing.
Okay. All right. Sitcho, we are back to you. And it's football. Sorry. It's actually still athletics.
Oh, Charlie.
No, you see, it's so befitting that this question has come to him. Because Sitcho knows close to zilch on athletics.
No.
But this question here.
I know.
This question there. This question there. You can even answer before I finish asking the question. Here's your question. Here's your question. A famous Ghanaian athlete was nicknamed Muscle Poo because of his tendency to clutch his hamstring at crucial moments in the race. Which athlete is this?
Aziz.
Correct for 3 points. Unless you know catch the final.
Check like the athletics age the guy is stretching.
Me, that but I have said then if from house.
Daniel, your question.
Let's go.
Before Samuel Techi won the bronze medal at the Tokyo Olympics in 2022, how many years had Ghana gone without winning an Olympic medal?
This story, me, I do. Is it 27?
Incorrect. Yep. Incorrect. Your time is up. Bonus?
28 years.
Incorrect. Barcelona 92, we won, so 20 years.
Charlie.
We won bronze in Barcelona 92, so 20 years.
It's gonna be different. You see, and time, I didn't have enough time to calculate.
You could have mentioned a year. All right. Okay. Gary, your question.
Football what?
Yes,
Athletics
football,
or
please.
boxing?
Football, please.
Oh,
This is not time for Matra Makwe. It's a statement attributed to which GFA presidential candidate in the 2019 elections?
George Ochiman plan is a free.
Correct for 3 points. Correct for 3 points. Sitcho, your question. At the 2006 World Cup, which Ghanaian player was yellow carded for taking a penalty before the whistle, then missed the set penalty in the second attempt, got suspended for Ghana's final group game, returned for the round of 16 game against Brazil, got 2 more yellow cards in that game, the last of which was for diving, and then got sent off. Wait, was that too much information?
This one is the perfect window question. Window.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like you first clue. I give you.
All right, Daniel, we're back to you.
Hey, so soon.
Yeah.
Charlie, me try. He asked the question. He answered. Check like you relax.
You know, relax now. We're back to you. All right, Daniel. Let's go now. Here is your question. Ghana's Black Queens qualified for 2 FIFA World Cups before the Black Stars made their first ever bow. Which years were these?
99 and 2003.
Correct for 3 points.
It's Su. It's Su. Papa.
Gary Al Smith.
Yes, sir.
I put the laugh with you.
Which Ghanaian defender was nicknamed TV3 for the clean tackles, and which club did he play for?
TV3.
Yes.
TV3, Godfred Yeboah Asante Kotoko, left back.
Correct for 3 points. Correct for 3 points.
You see why has dropped Apo before the game. They've given the same question. This is not good, Apo.
Sichu, your question.
I didn't know.
Only one goalkeeper has scored a goal for the Black Stars in the team's history. Name that goalkeeper.
Only one keeper has scored a goal for the Black Stars.
Your time is up. Gary.
Richard Kingston against Tanzania.
Correct for 1 point. It was
last minute header. Friendly.
It was a friendly game against
that
Tanzania. 208.
Yeah.
Last minute header. Yeah, he went up the field, panya and goal.
The video for that is never good.
Yeah.
It's they're all what do you call it?
Yahushi.
But it's a wrong question.
Yahushi.
Because Eddie Ansah also scored a goal for the Black Stars in training.
Hey, Danny.
You this boy. All right, Daniel, back to you.
Back to me, Bonanza. Let's go.
The year is 2007. Ghana plays a friendly game against Senegal. A now famous Ghanaian was brought off the bench for his debut for the Black Stars. Who is that player?
2007.
Did I you?
Correct for 3 points. Correct for 3 points.
Listen, if like you sleep, that boy they never mind this. But that's a now famous Ghanaian player. Bro.
Gary Al Smith.
I can't eat.
Right now, I catch my.
Yes, Gary Al Smith.
Yeah.
Hey, so you people are not using the crowd, the lifeline crowd.
The
The questions are too easy. Don't worry, we'll get there.
You say it be 3 different.
Yes, and
sessions.
nobody has used one yet.
It's a
Because you
three
are all
different
scoring
sessions.
that thing. Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
2 known boys and girls.
All right. A Ghanaian footballer. Gary, this is your question.
Yeah.
A Ghanaian footballer was famously gifted $1 million for scoring an overhead kick goal in Saudi Arabia. Name that player.
Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
Sami Kufuor where he go score that goal, though.
Incorrect.
Hey.
You still have one more attempt. Sichu.
Pristego.
Correct for 1 point.
Prince of Goals.
Gary, how could you forget?
After that, you play.
All right, so that's that. All right, a quick intervention. A quick intervention here on the show. A quick intervention. We will take a very, very, very short break, okay, and we'll be back to continue. Back to the show. Apologies for that. So we've got a late notice about some very important event that has to go on air. So unfortunately, I'm sad to announce to you that we'll be wrapping this up shortly, but we'll get over this. We'll continue this. In fact, you know what? We should take this to Twitter Spaces and continue from there. You know what I mean. I continue from there. So I was with Gary again, but we had finished at least, I think, how many rounds? 5 rounds of questions. Yeah, we had done 5 rounds of questions, and it seems that everybody doesn't seem to be struggling a little bit. But we're now getting to like the most exciting part of it. Unfortunately, I am really, really sorry that we have to end the show just about now. I can see the relief on some people's faces. Daniel, Koranteng is very relieved. It's very relieved. It's very relieved. But what I will say is that next week we'll take this next week. Okay, we'll continue this next week. It's like the day we tried to do the debate the first time, it didn't work. We came back the next week and it was much bigger. So the audience that tuned in today, my big apologies about this interruption on game plan.
Wale.
Yeah,
Wale
big up to Shatta.
Can't comment under the space. Say, shh, you should mention the name, but you can't.
Yeah.
Pa.
Yeah. Pang is the big man. And you know what? Give me a Shatta Wale song. That's why we used to close the show. He deserves it. He deserves it. I know my level. Everybody knows their level. Because when we are doing the show and somebody else, and you get a call, you have to know your level. You understand? So, please, where's Abeku? Abeku, find me, I know my level. We all know our level.
So, what are we doing? Are we wrapping up?
We are wrapping up, guys. We're wrapping up. Let me see. You tally the scores.
Who was in the lead?
Who was in the lead, say? Who was in the lead? All right. So, at the end of this premature round, Daniel Koranteng, 10 points. Put your hands together for him. Oh, you clap. The next one will make you clap. Sitsofe Philip Atsrim, 10 points.
Oh.
You said you wanted draw.
No. Right now, 1 win. And then
Gary Smith, 13 points.
No.
Gary
answered one saying one over. Yeah, so then that one like go 13-13. Right.
Yeah. Anyway, so congratulations, Gary Smith. You win this premature round. Yes, premature round.
So next time we continue for where we stop.
Me, I'm a second half player, so me, I know ball. Yeah. Let's go.
Anyway, so what we are doing is that we're crossing over to the Achimota Mall.
Right.
That is where the Joy News Habitat Fair is currently taking place. Okay, so that's what we're picking live right now, and we are crossing over to the Achimota Mall. My name is Fentuo Tahiru Fentuo. I was here with Sitsofe Philip, Atsrim Daniel Koranteng, and Gary Smith. Once again, big apologies that we've been forced to end this prematurely, but we're back again next week at, of course, 1 p.m. Until then,